In a show of U.S. support, the White House will host the head of Ukraine's new pro-Western government this week. President Obama will meet Arseniy Yatsenyuk Wednesday. The visit comes as Russian President Vladimir Putin strengthens his hold on Crimea. That pro-Russian area plans a referendum Sunday over whether it should break away from Ukraine. Former Defense Secretary Robert Gates thinks the fate of Crimea is already sealed.
I do not believe that Crimea will slip out of Russia's hands.
You think Crimea is gone?
I do.
And a number of Republicans blame President Obama for the crisis in Ukraine. On CBS's Face the Nation, former Vice President Dick Cheney told Charlie Rose that what's happening is the result of a weak Obama foreign policy.
We have created an image around the world, not just to the Russians, of weakness and indecisiveness. The Syrian situation's a classic. We got all ready to do something, but a lot of the allies signed on at the last minute. Obama backed off.
Vice President Biden cut short a trip to Latin America to return to Washington for Wednesday's meeting.
The Ukrainian Prime Minister's visit to Washington comes with the future of the Crimean Peninsula hanging in the balance ahead of Sunday's crucial vote. Elizabeth Palmer is in Sevastopol in Crimea. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony and Nora. Well, I can confirm that the Russian military control of this peninsula is pretty much complete. Events have taken a political turn with this movement for Crimea to join Russia, turning into huge demonstrations over the weekend.
It's now less than a week to Crimea's referendum, and emotions are running high. Crimeans who want to join Russia sense victory is just around the corner. The U.S. and Europe may say the vote and the Russian invasion that prompted it are illegal, but these demonstrators don't care. We will overcome all obstacles and restore historical justice, the interim prime minister told them. Of course, there are Crimeans who disagree and are desperate to stay with Ukraine, but their rallies aren't as big or as bold. The fact is, the Russian military, in cooperation with various armed militias, has tightened its grip here. Over the weekend, unidentified men shot at a Ukrainian border patrol plane. And they've been digging holes, too, for a fence or, say witnesses, landmines along Crimea's previously unmarked border. On the Ukrainian side of that border, the former boxing champion and now presidential candidate Vitaly Klitschko told reporters in Donetsk, the main task is to unite and not allow the country to split. But even as he spoke, the split was widening. Ukrainian soldiers are stuck on their bases with no sign of reinforcements from Kiev. And the movement to hand Crimea over to the Kremlin seems to gain strength every day.
Now, that referendum set for next Sunday is definitely going to go ahead. Illegal or not, we've just been to visit the region's administration. They've already designed the ballots. Nora, Anthony?
Elizabeth Palmer in Crimea. Thanks, Nora. This morning.